At 9:30, we got our only 9:30 game, by the way. Only 3 more games after this, guys, so hope you're enjoying this. We have another upset special, at least in my opinion. You got number 7 USC, which is 3-0, traveling to an Oregon State team, which is also 3-0. USC's only favorite 6 points on the Pac-12 network. Caleb Williams for USC so far has gone 64-86, thrown for 874 yards, 8 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. Travis Dye on the ground has had 30 carries for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Jordan Addison for the year has had 18 catches for 295 yards and 5 touchdowns. Chance Nolan for Oregon State has gone 47-75 here early on, thrown for 746 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and has a 62.7% completion percentage. Deshaun Fenwick on the ground has had 38 carries for 204 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Treshawn Harrison has had 16 catches for 219 yards and 2 touchdowns. USC leads the series all time, 63-12. Last game went to Oregon State, though, in 2021. And the last USC victory was in 2018. Remember, these teams don't play every year because they're on different sides. But what I think is going to be really, really interesting about this football game is you're looking at a USC team that has some playoff aspirations, right? They look like the team. If you're going to bet on a team from the Pac-12 to make the playoffs, you would bet on USC. But what I think is going to be really, really kind of interesting here is Oregon State has been, along with Washington State, one of the most underrated Pac-12 teams to start the year, right? This is a 3-0 Oregon State team that has some quality wins on their resume. You have a win against Fresno State. You have a win against Boise State, which right now isn't looking like the greatest win, but to start off the season against Boise State, that's a tough, normally hard-fought victory. Plus, Oregon State's coming off against the game against Montana State where they didn't have to try that hard. And that was a nice little break before heading into, quite arguably, one of the biggest games of the year. Obviously, you're probably going to put the Oregon game ahead of this one, but still, you have a chance at home to beat a top 10 team as an unranked opponent. It's an unranked team, which you just can't ask for any better situation for that if you're the Beavers. The Beavers look good, guys. And anyone who hasn't seen the Beavers play so far this year, I recommend you go and you watch them. That call against Fresno State to go for it at the 2-yard line with basically no time remaining, when a field goal just ties the game, and you can send it to overtime, but instead to run the ball up the middle and get the touchdown off of such a gutsy call is why I think this Oregon State team is going to win. I mean, they're well coached. And this is an Oregon State team that finds ways to win football games, and honestly, that hasn't been what USC has been known for in the past. The past couple of years, they've found ways to lose football games, and I think that's what happens here. I think USC finds a way to lose this game, and I think Oregon State comes out on top, and we're going to see the Beavers in the top 25 next week.